Here are some of the most heartbreaking and intense body cam moments where officers were badly injured or lost their lives. The first one we have is from Burton, Michigan. It was December 21st, 2021. When what started as a police pursuit turned into a nightmare. Deputy Brandon Facting didn't know what was waiting for him ahead. Along with other officers, he was chasing a suspect, Brendan Patrick Pinkston, through a residential neighborhood. In the chaos, Pinkston pulled a gun and fired. Facting was hit twice. The scene turned frantic. Officers rushed to respond, shots rang out, and commands were shouted over the radio.
Shot fired.
I got him! He's hit! Over to you, Christy.
Officer Dalton Christie, who had also responded to the chase, was caught in the crossfire, but not from the suspect. His wounds came from another officer's weapon.
13 for status.
Officer Cody Monroe, who thought that he was aiming at the suspect who had just shot Facting, fired his rifle. But the round struck Christie instead and injured his lower extremities. Two officers got badly hurt, one from a suspect's gun and the other from a tragic mistake.
I hit him. In the leg and chest. Wait, no, try to get right here!
Everyone survived that day, but no one walked away the same. For Facting and Christie, the physical wounds were only part of the story. For Monroe and the entire department, the emotional toll ran deep. It was a day full of fear and consequences no one could have predicted. Another tragic incident happened on New Year's Eve, 2017, in Highlands Ranch, Colorado, when 5 officers from the Douglas County Sheriff's Department received a call that altered the course of their lives. They were responding to a 911 call from Copper Canyon Apartments.
911, what's going on there?
This guy in here, totally freaked out on me. He kept coming at me. I appeared for my health and my safety. He was at me.
And what was your name?
Matthew.
Where 37-year-old Army veteran Matthew Reel was in distress. As they approached, Deputy Zach Parrish calmly and respectfully spoke with Reel.
What's going on tonight?
Yeah, well, my roommate freaked out on me and put a laser in his face and I'm surprised.
Okay, why don't you come out here with this guy right here? If I come in and talk with you, sir? Is he on anything? Does he have any mental disabilities or?
Not that I know of.
Did you guys get in a physical altercation tonight? I'm just gonna get your name in, sir, and then I'm gonna get out of here, okay?
2 hours after the first call, the officers received a second call to the Copper Canyon Apartments. This time, the situation had escalated. Dispatch informed them that Matthew Reel, who had been calm before, was now extremely hyper. When officers arrived at the scene, they knocked on his door. At first, Matthew didn't respond. Then he yelled, "I don't have any guns. I'm coming out." Zach calmly comforted him.
I want to file a restraining order.
Well, what?
Can you help me?
Yeah, I can.
As the conversation continued, Matthew became more anxious. But before they could proceed, Matthew slammed the door in their faces.
We're gonna take him. For M1.
The officers then feared that Matthew might be a danger, so they decided to place him on a mental health hold for his own safety. The officers, knowing the danger they were about to face, decided to force entry into the apartment. As they kicked the door in, it became clear that Matthew had no intention of coming out peacefully. Suddenly, shots rang out the moment they knocked down the door. Matthew opened fire with the AR-15.
I'm shot, I'm bleeding out.
Hey, I'm going!
In those first seconds, the officers were caught off guard by the sheer speed and intensity of the attack. Zach was hit. He yelled out that he was shot, bleeding out. As one officer tried to pull Zach to safety, he was shot, the bullet striking just above his fist.
Stay with me, Pelly. You're all right. You're okay. Are you able to tighten it? Shooting out the window. Get out of here.
Outside, Deputy Taylor Davis, who had been in the depths of the chaos, she sprinted deeper into the apartment while her thoughts were racing. In a split-second decision, she broke a window and jumped
So
out.
I broke the window and then proceeded to jump out of it. I'm hit! Look, coming around!
Shined his
Narrowly escaping the gunfire.
And I could
The next incident happened 12th, 2025, in Jacksonville, Florida. Officer A.C. Golding was working a routine traffic patrol when he spotted a car that just didn't feel right.
Stay in the cars.
He signaled the driver, 33-year-old Brandon White, to pull over. White kept driving and finally pulled into a random driveway. Before Golding could even step up to the window, shots rang out. White opened fire first and hit Officer Golding in the foot. Despite the pain, Golding managed to get behind cover and return fire. The body cam footage seems intense and chaotic.
Traffic 66, shots fired. Traffic 66, shots fired.
Golding shouted at the people standing nearby to stay back.
Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Warning others not to get too close, as the suspect was still armed. He already called for backup and explained the situation.
Traffic 66, it's going to be Trout River Revolt. I'm hit in my foot. Bravo Mike, he's got a rifle on gun. I'm retreating back.
When other officers arrived, they rushed in to provide medical help. White was still alive at that point. Surveillance footage captured it all, where White was aiming and firing at the officer without hesitation. When the backup team returned fire, he was taken down. Moments later, some officers pulled White out of the car. He was provided with emergency medical care, but it was too late, as he died by then. It was only after things calmed down that investigators realized White had been wearing body armor while he shot at Officer Golding. Moving on to the next case that takes us to Pacoima, California, where a simple call about a restraining order turned into a life-threatening standoff with police. It was just before 8 a.m. on February 15th, 2024, when officers from LAPD's Foothill Division were dispatched to a quiet neighborhood on Paxton Street. The call came in as a restraining order violation. A woman feared for her safety because her ex-husband, Pete Garcia, came to her home, despite a court order keeping him away. There, they found the woman who called them. She confirmed her worst fear.
On him, but I didn't know he was coming to get close. No. Huh?
Garcia was inside. Officers calmly approached the rear house and called for 52-year-old Pete Garcia to step out.
You're not under arrest. That's the thing. Let me talk to you about the situation. That way.
He refused.
You're not under arrest, dude. Listen, come on.
What followed was an intense few minutes as officers tried to defuse the situation with their words. They were hoping to resolve things peacefully, but Garcia wasn't listening.
I'm not going to handcuff you. Just stand over here so I can talk to you. Listen, dude. It's either you come over here and talk to him or go and grab you and bring you outside.
As officers made entry to ensure everyone's safety, things turned physical.
I promise you that. All right, calm down. Please. What are you grabbing? What are you grabbing? Please, man. Put your hands up. Right now.
They're not going to arrest you. They're just going to bring. They just wanted to talk to you.
Put your hands out right now. If you don't, I will fucking tase you, dude. And it's gonna hurt. You're gonna shoot me. All right? You're gonna fucking have to shoot me, dude. Because I don't want to go to jail, and I'm not gonna go to jail.
In the mess, Garcia suddenly pulled a pistol from his waistband and pointed it directly at the officers. In a split second, one officer deployed his taser, trying to stop him without lethal force.
I'm gonna tase you, dude. Don't fucking do this. Don't fucking. Shots fired. I need help. Shots fired.
But Garcia fired. One shot. Just one. It triggered an officer-involved shooting. Miraculously, none of the bullets struck Garcia. Officers managed to subdue him on a bed inside the house and place him in custody without further gunfire. A polymer pistol was recovered at the scene. It was evidence of just how close this came to tragedy. If you thought the earlier events were disturbing, then brace yourself because this next event is even more brutal. On April 8th, 2024, 2 police officers from Wisconsin lost their lives during what began as a high-risk traffic stop. The suspect was a man with an outstanding warrant and a known track record of alarming behavior. Officers Emily Breidenbach and Hunter Scheel initiated a stop on 50-year-old Glenn Douglas Perry. The reason was an active child support warrant. But Perry wasn't just another routine case.
Officers are down. He's set up with a rifle.
327, Baron. I'm only copying parts. Is he still on scene?
327, we have 2 officers down. He is set up with a rifle.
His ex-wife had previously warned that he was likely suffering from bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. His own son revealed that Perry had been actively preparing to kill police officers, going so far as to build a private gun range. These disturbing reports meant that law enforcement had to approach him with serious caution. Just a day before the fatal stop, law enforcement officers received a warning email advising them to proceed with extreme care around Perry due to his mental health concerns. As Breidenbach and Scheel approached Perry's vehicle, he suddenly drew an AR-15 and opened fire. What happened was captured on their body cams. It was complete chaos as both officers tried to react to the sudden attack. Tragically, both were shot and killed in the ambush. Perry was also wounded during the exchange.
He's got a rifle. He's got a rifle. Shots fired! Shots fired! Officer down! Officer down! Officer down!
The caller described one of the officers lying on the ground and a rifle nearby, highlighting just how quickly everything spiraled out of control. 911 call painted a chilling picture of the scene.
County 911, where is your emergency?
Hi, I'm actually just sitting here. I ended up pulling over because I saw a dog in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden I see an officer down and a gentleman on the ground. Looks like he's bleeding on his leg and a rifle on the ground as well.
Emergency calls poured in, and law enforcement from surrounding areas rushed to help. When they secured the location, they found Perry injured from the gunfire. He was transported to the hospital, but later died from his wounds.
Yeah, we see it. I got lethal.
I believe the subject is down. Is he down?
31, I'm at 8, no.
He's down?
Get this rifle. Yep. I got lethal. You got that? Yep. Roll him.
We got 2 officers down. We got 195. The bad guy's also shot.
You guys do it. Hold on.
Later investigations revealed what many had already feared. Perry had a deep-seated animosity toward the police, a history of violent threats, and had trained extensively with weapons on his own land. Both officers returned fire during the confrontation, and investigators ultimately confirmed that their actions were fully justified. For our last incident of this video, we will talk about this one incident on February 4th, 2021. Officer Jarrett Darian started his shift like any other, unaware that it would be his last. The target of a covert operation was Omar Felix. From the moment Officer Jarrett approached the vehicle, he remained calm and respectful. Jarrett asked for Quaver's ID and then requested that he step out of the truck so they could run his information at the patrol car.
Afternoon, sir. My name's Darian Jarrett. I'm with New Mexico State Police. Up is your window tint's a little too dark. You mind if I open the door? If you want to roll down the window more. I noticed you got temp tags. You got registration for the vehicle?
Yes, sir.
I'll need registration and your driver's license as well. Right. All right. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
As Officer Jarrett circled the vehicle, he spotted a firearm tucked into Quaver's waistband. He gently asked if he could remove it just for safety rather than creating a panic situation.
Go ahead. My checks, and then you'll show me the picture right away because I got paperwork I gotta do. You know? Hey, real quick. You have a firearm on you? Yeah. No, I see it. You mind if I take it off you for my safety? All right, hold on.
But things were about to go extremely wrong. Jarrett turned his back. That's when Cueva stepped out of his truck with an AR-15 in his hand. Just in a second, he lifted the rifle and fired at Officer Jarrett. In a final horrific moment, Cueva fired a shot into the back of Officer Jarrett's head. He then quickly jumped back into his truck and sped away. Within a few minutes, police and Homeland Security agents arrived. They did everything they could to save Officer Jarrett, but it was too late. He died at the scene. Heartbreakingly, he was a father of 3 with a 4th child on the way. After killing Officer Jarrett, Cueva led officers on a wild 30-mile pursuit. He weaved through spike strips and dodged every trap that they laid down. During the chase, he even leaned out the back of his truck and fired at the police behind him. Eventually, Officer Adrian de la Garza executed a pit maneuver, slamming into Cueva's truck and bringing it to a halt. Cueva wasn't done. He jumped out and opened fire again, hitting Officer Garza in the arm. Officers returned fire immediately, bringing Cueva down. He died from his wounds right there on the scene. As the time passed, the family of Darian filed a lawsuit against Homeland Security, which was dismissed by the judge because they had legal protection. However, as a form of justice, Jarrett's family was paid around $500,000. These incidents remind us how quickly things can get out of control in real life. If you want to see more intense stories like this, then don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.